Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Wednesday, October 4th, 2017. Today I start again with yet another correction about Neo. Yesterday I said the developer was Koei Tecmo, and that's actually the publisher. The developer is Ninja Theory, and I'm just done with this. No more. No more getting developers and publishers wrong. Nintendo made Tomb Raider. Alright, so today we start with Horizon Zero Dawn, and the complete edition, which is releasing this December 5th, and will include all released DLC, and will retail for $49.99 US or your regional equivalent. A game that we haven't heard about lately, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt has been updated to version 1.50 on the PS4 and enables PS4 Pro support. WB announced today that Adam is coming to Injustice 2 and has a new trailer to show off his shrinking powers, which you can find a tiny link to in the description down below. Moving on to Pokemon Go, which is hosting their Halloween event starting October 26th, and trainers playing Sun and Moon are able to catch the mythical Pokemon Marshadow starting on October 9th. Then we have some PUBG news because we have to, and PUBG Corp is actually apologizing for their server problems and have given a bit of an explanation. Quite frankly, they misjudged their success, and while they did plan for 1 million concurrent players, they have dealt with 1.6 million players instead. Having more than a 50% extra load on your network is going to cause some problems, and while I do think it is the responsibility of both Bluehole and PUBG Corp, it's going to take time to order parts and then have them shipped, stand up the servers, and then integrate them with the rest of the network. They also have to make sure that they buy enough without overbuying, as to avoid spending too much money or having to do the whole thing over again. Again, I am not making excuses for them, but it is going to take some time before everything is up, running, and working properly most of the time. Lots more Battle Royale news coming, as Fortnite has reached over 7 million accounts. That's the total number, by the way, between the traditional game mode and the free-to-play Battle Royale, which is now supporting duos instead of just singles or teams of 4. I have played Fortnite, and I don't really like it, although I think I should try it again just to keep my mind open. Finally, what is being called Project X is shaping up to be a PUBG-like game that will handle 400 people at once in a Battle Royale setting, but will allow you to play while outside of that mode as well. Developer Automaton Games says that they are looking into an MMORPG-like experience where 1,000 players will be able to interact with each other at any given time. I am really excited by this one, and let me know if you are too in the comment section down below. Quickly before we move on to the more juicy stories for today, a voice actor for Hearthstone may have just tweeted out an unreleased card highly suspected to be a Kobold Geomancer. Stay tuned to News Cartridge to see if this card makes its way to Hearthstone. Then we have a story that I would like to take a little bit of time on, because 2K has announced that WWE 2K18 will not feature microtransactions or loot boxes in any way. This is the equivalent to saying no buildings fell over and no other planets had collided with the Earth. Things going right and being customer friendly should not be main headlines. Taking into consideration that this is coming from 2K, either they need to do this so the franchise doesn't swallow itself whole, or they just want to be consumer friendly. You can bet your ass it's not the second one. It's very telling of the state of video games that this is either a headline or a feature, that publishers and developers charging the shelf price, and only the shelf price, is used as a selling point. And speaking of terrible business practices, there's a free mod available right now on the Bethesda Creation Club. It's the survival mode for Skyrim that just released, and this makes me extremely sad. But Dandruff, don't you normally announce free things at the beginning of your show? Yes, other me, but this is the first one that doesn't feel right. But the fact that I feel as though it's consumer friendly to let you know that there's a free mod available makes me feel like I've already bought into this, and paid mods in the form of the Creation Club are here to stay. Paid mods already exist on both Curse and Nexus gaming sites, because you can donate directly to the mod creator if you want. I feel as though that's the perfect business model for this. I want content creators to be paid for their work if they so choose, and while the Creators Club sort of, kind of, does that in a roundabout way, I feel as though this is just the start of even worse things to come. Mandatory mod monetization for The Elder Scrolls 6. Mark my words right now. And that brings us to our final topic today, which is a story in development, and I have to let you know that most of my evidence is circumstantial, and I'll either have to do an update or a full retraction at some point in the future, but let me lay it out exactly as it has been laid out for me. I need to start off by saying once again, thank you SVD Surviolent Death for helping me with this story. We begin with a shareware game that was created over 10 years ago called Sapphire Yours. It's what you would consider today to be a casual game, heavily inspired by another classic called Boulder Dash. The developer known as Reinhard, no not Reinhardt, Garafel Reinhard had announced 2 years ago that he would be creating a whole new version of his game. The last we hear from him on this forum was December 6th, 2015. Stepping in is someone who looks to be nothing more than a volunteer and a huge fan of Sapphire Yours is Benz Sipka, and we're going to call him Sipka for short. He offered to help Reinhard on January 12th, 2016. On May 14th, 2016, Sipka says that he has not had a response from Reinhard and has taken it upon himself to rewrite the entire game from the ground up and would be releasing it on both Android, iOS, Windows 10, and Steam Greenlight. It's worth noting that the ESRB rating on the Windows 10 store is completely fake. Sapphire Yours is not registered on the ESRB website. It was uploaded to the Android store by none other than Mr. Sipka. The Greenlight trailer on YouTube, once again, Mr. Sipka. You may be saying to yourself right now that you can't find Sapphire Yours on the Steam store, even though it was added on September 6th. And that was because it was removed on the 25th and renamed to Ruby Hunter on the 27th. No, that's not just you. Things seem to be going really bad really quickly. The Ruby Hunter GitHub page has Sapphire Yours written all over it, and that is because, as per Sipka's own words on the 25th of September, that he was contacted by Reinhard and that there were, quote, unexpected issues on Valve's side. Then on the 27th, he says that he has renamed the game, and yesterday he says that it is still coming to Steam in another 1 or 2 weeks. At this moment, I cannot tell you that Sipka has stolen Reinhardt's intellectual property because I have no evidence of that. But what it looks like, from my humble opinion, is that someone wanted to help out on a project, and when they received no response, they took it upon themselves to finish it and then sold it any place they could. All of this could be well and good if Sipka was contracted by Reinhardt to finish the game, but I can't find any evidence of that, and to the contrary, having to rename the game only re-emphasizes suspicion. SVD has reached out to both Reinhardt and Sipka and is waiting on a response. Look forward to a part 2 of this story coming soon. I'd really like to know what you think of this though. Which way are you leaning? Let me know in the comment section down below. It's part of a balanced breakfast. It's tomorrow's game releases. For PC, My Sister's Discipline Log, Empty-Handed, 60-Second Strike, Regions of Ruin, A New World, Kingdoms, Goalie VR, Ogre, After Death, VR Drivers, Pro Gamer Manager 2, Sakura Gamer, Pocket Universe, Create Your Own Community, Inmates, Beastmancer, Abstractinoid, Infinite Gateway, Melody, Vigilantes, A Hat in Time, Arms Race, The Cold War Era, ASCII Wars, Toy Goblins, The Red Front, Disparity, Break Parts 2, and Mafia Alive. For Nintendo Switch, Stardew Valley, Axiom Verge, Volgar the Viking, and Ninja Showdown. For Nintendo 3DS, Symphony of Eternity. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And mathematics is 90% common sense, and the other half is intelligence. The other half of math is good looks. Alright, so, how did I pass math? I don't know. Yeah, okay, so I just want to re-emphasize to everyone before I start doing more end card stuff. There's nothing about this story that is concrete, okay? And I know it's kind of like, but Dandruff, you're the news guy. You're supposed to tell us things. Yes, I know. We don't have hard evidence that, that Sipka wasn't given permission to do this. We don't know what talks Reinhardt and Sipka has had, but it really looks like Sipka didn't get a response, so Sipka made the game. You can't do that, okay? And a great example of that is like, well, you know, I took my break for almost 4 weeks ago, and or my next break is coming up in 6.5 weeks, whatever. And at time, if somebody was like, well, Dandruff's not going to be doing it, I want to do the show, I think I can make News Cartridge, I'm just going to upload News Cartridge that week that Dandruff's off, because, well, there is no News Cartridge that week, he's not going to be making it, therefore that gives me the right to make it. No, you don't. No. You want to steal my format? You want to do the exact same stories that I do? Fine, you can do that. But you can't call it News Cartridge, and you can't use my, like, I mean, you want to have games behind you? You can have the games behind you. You can even have these exact same games behind you in order. I don't own that, but I do own the intellectual property of what the logos and stuff. I do own all of that, believe it or not. You can't call it something like that. And see, that's the thing, is like, this game is also using a lot of the same assets that the original Sapphire Yours was using. So if he did change the name, he hasn't changed it everywhere, obviously, but he did change the name. He's gonna have to change all of the assets too in order for this to, in order for him to not get sued at this point, because he's probably gonna get sued. I can't say definitely whether or not he's gonna get sued because I may get sued on that, but he probably is gonna get sued over this. Yeah. Speaking with Leonard French a lot, I've learned, like, I don't speak with him, like, a lot. Him and I aren't buddies, but we would consider ourselves good acquaintances. He knows who I am. Like, he's helped me, like, if you're not sure, just say you're not sure. That, believe it or not, that covers your ass. It's like, oh, okay, fine. Well, I'm just not sure, so here you go. Everything in this show is opinion. Most of the things that were in our opinion. Obviously, the hard facts and the hard dates and whatever, undisputable. Mario and Crash Bandicoot were in a... Wait, were Mario and Crash Bandicoot in a game together? It was just about... I should have just said Nintendo makes Tomb Raider again. I should have just said Nintendo makes Tomb Raider. Nintendo makes Tomb Raider, everybody! Nintendo makes Tomb Raider. I was gonna get the glasses on, dude, and be like... Just gonna get the glasses and be like, hey, we make a Tomb Raider! Oh, that's a little racist. Okay, everybody, before Dandruff gets DMCA'd for... whatever reason, social media links are over here. Thank you very much. I heard that we can't link to the Patreon thing anymore, but I sure as shit can mention it, and it's in the description down below if you love me. Social media links, the rest of them over there. Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, all of them. We've got all of the links, and click over here to subscribe. Click over here to watch yesterday's episode where we talk about Silicon Echo and Zonatron getting removed from Steam and all their crap. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.